Everyone, welcome to our webinar with KEDGE Business School. I am Mariana, and I will be the moderator of this webinar on behalf of the UNIMI team. I'm here with Camila, who is representing KEDGE Business School. In the first part of the webinar, she will share more about the master program in KEDGE, and in the second part, we'll hear more from John, who is an alumni from KEDGE, and he will share more about his experience. And before we are starting, everyone who is listening, you can ask questions in the Q&A box, and during the webinar, all questions are welcome, so don't hesitate. Everything is set, everything is working. I can give the word to Camila.
Thank you, Mariana. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining this webinar, for taking the time, especially to Mariana from UNIMI, because they helped us with the promotion of this webinar. I will be doing the presentation of everything, and I'll have an alumni with me who graduated this year. He's also from Latin America. He's an international student, so he will have the time to discuss and tell you about his experience in France, doing his studies in KEDGE Business School, and then the following steps he took in order to work a full-time job in France. So first of all, I see we're having people who are connecting. Maybe we can wait maybe 2 minutes so we can have a little bit more of connected students, because I know there is time difference and so on, but there is no problem. And
Yeah, we can wait 2 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think there is two of me, but one is John, right?
I can remove you.
And do you think, yeah, perfect. You sent also the invitation to...
Yes, he accepted it.
Okay, so we'll start. Thanks everyone for joining this webinar. Now I'm going to share my screen so you can have a look at the presentation I have for you. First of all, thanks for joining. My name is Camila Roa. I'm Americas and Europe Promotion Manager. It's been 3 years I've been working at KEDGE, and I also was an international student myself 7 years ago. So if you're interested in pursuing your studies in France, we are a good reference in order to solve your doubts, check which is the best program for you, and how can we assist you in order to have the best career opportunities and studies in France. So, first of all, who are we? We're a business school in France. We are located in Bordeaux, Marseille, and Paris. We have 3 different campuses and we have 38 management programs. These management programs are in English, which is a really good thing if you're an international student that speaks English. Why? Because I know it's based in France, but you don't need to speak French. You can have some basis of French and you can learn French during your studies opportunity, but French is not mandatory. So this is a good thing in order to launch your career in France, but first starting in English. We have around 80,000 alumni, which makes us one of the top biggest business schools in France that have a lot of alumni. We have around 300 business partners. This means that we have companies that are partners with us. We have 309 partner universities, and we have around 212 professors, full-time professors, which makes us a really international school. We have different campuses in France, as I said before. We have in Bordeaux, Marseille, Paris, and Toulon. Sorry. And these 3 cities in France are really different. We also have campuses abroad in Africa, China, and soon in India, which is really, really good. So I'll talk a little bit about the cities. Let me see. Bordeaux is a city in the southwest of France. It's closer to the Atlantic Ocean, and it's considered as one of the most beautiful cities in France. It's 2 hours away from Paris, and it's well known for the wine. Why wine? Because it has a lot of wine plantations, a lot of castles. There's a lot of beautiful things you can see around the region that makes it really rich in the cultural aspect of wine. We have one campus here, which is the biggest campus we have. We also have a campus in Marseille, which is in the Mediterranean area in France. This campus is close to Parc Les Calanques, which is a natural reserve, really beautiful, close to the ocean. And it's really calm, it's full of nature, it's really beautiful. And we are really lucky to have this campus in Marseille. Then, everyone knows Paris. We also have a campus in Paris, in the center of Paris, which is really in the heart of the city. You don't have to go up outside the city to meet the campus. We have, it's a campus that is really close to the metro station, close to different monuments and so on. So it's really, really nice to walk around the area and enjoy. So what's the important thing about this? Us as a school, we are international and we like to promote higher education nationally and internationally. So that's why we like to have international students that come to our programs, even though you don't speak French. So you can study in English. We have different partner universities around the world, which makes us really a top lead in partner universities. We have in the US, we have in Latin America, we have in Europe, we have in Africa, we have in India, and so on. So this type of opportunities for partner universities also makes us recognized globally, internationally. Considering what we are a business school that is part of the Grande École. What is a Grande École? Which is like elite school. There in France, there is the universities, which are public ones, and we have the business schools. We are part of the business schools. So we are triple accredited. We are ranked number 10 in France. So this makes us recognized as business schools and not as university. So we teach more programs that are based with business and different to other faculties that have law, that have medicine, but veterinary, psychology, and so on. So these type of things makes us more managerial programs that will help you more if you're keen into the management world. This is what I'm talking about, the importance of accreditations. We are a triple accredited school, no? We have X, we have AMBAR, and we have AAXBB. This type of accreditations makes us triple crown. That's why just 1% of business schools have this. So when you're trying to find a good business school, look first of all if they are triple accredited, because this will make your decision also important in order to decide if you come to France or to the school or no. These are different awards that we have been awarded: the Financial Times, Shanghai Ranking, QS World, Le Point, Le Parisien, et Universal. These all type of awards and accreditations are important because when companies look, if you come from a top business school, they will see the background you have and also the importance of having this type of experience in your CV. So, what is our mission as a school? Us, as based in top leading markets in France, we want to be sustainable and inclusive, always up to date with what is going on in the world, and openly open to the world. This is one of our first criteria and best missions is this. Why? Because we know that the world is evolving, and every time we need more students that are willing to learn something different, that keep us updated with the real subjects that are happening around the world, and so on. So this is also really important. We have different programs, undergraduate and management, which is our part of which are good, like KEDGE Bachelor, International PBA, our Master's in Management, our Master of Science. What happens? We're divided by areas in KEDGE. So I do Americas and Europe, but I have colleagues that do Southeast Asia, India, China, others or other colleagues that do Africa and Middle East. So if you decide to be interested, if you're interested in KEDGE, we will be able to book you a meeting with one of our professional counselors so we can guide you better in your admission process to the school. You won't be alone. We'll always be there with you in order to decide the best program for you. The postgraduate programs we have a big variety, so it depends also on what is your background. You can have digital marketing and sales, data analytics for business, international sports and event management, supply chain management, international trade and logistics, innovation and purchasing and innovation management, different types of finance, also arts and creative industry management, in the wine industry, international business, and business transformation for sustainability. The postgraduate programs we have are based in different campus. So we have in Marseille, in Bordeaux, and in Paris different options. So you can choose which one is the best one for you. This is also important in our values as a school, in order to integrate the world that is spinning, that is changing, and in the industry. We have partners, companies that work with us, that hire our students in order to have the best experience as a student. Let me see. I'm just wanting to check because our alumni wants to connect, and I think there is a problem with the
With what?
with the link. Right.
I can send you the link.
Yes, perfect. Yes, send me the link so I can share it with him. So thank you, Randol, Diego, Javed, and Juliana Rueda. I think Diego and Juliana must be Spanish speaking, so which is a good thing for me because I'm from Colombia. So I'll be the person, if you want some assistance, I'll be the person that will assist you. So we want to invite alumni that he's connecting like in 5 minutes. But so yes,
I send you by email the link.
perfect.
Yeah.
So If you have any questions, please, you can write them on the chat box. We'll be more than pleased to answer you. I'm based in Bordeaux, so I've been living in France for 7 years. So this also makes me a good reference for international studies in France, which is the most important thing. You still see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So we continue with the presentation of the programs. What is also important for us is the employability of our students. Why? Because at the end of each program, which normally is from September to May, almost 7 to 8 months of full-time classes, you have a 6-month internship you have to do. Usually students do it in France. Why? Because of the visa studies, because their internships well paid, because they have job opportunities from the networking from the school. So this is also a good opportunity for students to mix the work experience, the learning by doing, which is also our label, and the experience we have in order to do an internship in France, which will make you like get closer to the French market. What happens when you arrive to Europe? You think that everything will be like, let's say, easy, but at the end, if you have the networking, if you have the background of a school, if you have like the contacts and so on, you have more probability to get hired later and then change your visa status, which is at the end most of the students want to stay working in France for a while because the opportunities are wide and also your visa lets you. It depends on your country. Some countries have 2 years of work permit in order to look for a job. Some countries just have one. So it depends on the country, but most countries have at least 1 year. We have around 6,400 internships on average per year, and this will also validate you in order to get your diploma. So I think he's going to connect soon because we
Yeah. We are waiting for him.
Mhm. Let me see.
And you sent him the link that I sent you, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Do you have the code?
Mm, yes.
Okay. So, do you have any questions? We can start answering the questions about the school itself. I don't know, Diego and Juliana or Javed and Randol. I guess you are from different countries. So, feel free to ask anything about intakes are for September. Applications are open for next year. We are open till May of 2025. We have different options of and scholarships we can offer. So there's many options you can see if you are interested in any of our programs. So
The I have a problem with my.
yeah, I think you know what happened. Maybe he connected and maybe you. Let me see.
I will send you. I send you the code in the chat of the Zoom because I have problem with my Outlook.
Okay. Okay, hello. The session is Loel. I don't know what. Lovely. Thank you. And kindly explain about scholarship. Yes, we have early bird scholarships till the end of February, which is 5%, and then we have excellence, solidarity, and different scholarships that will help you um, pay your studies. There is also one scholarship that's the EFL scholarship, but I know this one is a little bit too competitive, which is something based on your merits and it's for the best students. We this year we're going to have two students that we applied, but this is a really interesting scholarship because it covers your expenses in France. So take a look of the scholarships the French embassy has at your country, and this will be a good option for you. Also, we have scholarships till 25% that cover the fee. Mhm. So no, I think our alumni is not going to be able to connect because it's having system issues. So I'll be the one like sharing his experience in the webinar because I know it well. And yeah, hope you still see my screen, right?
No, now we cannot see your screen.
Okay. So
Yes,
so yes.
now.
Okay. So since he couldn't join, he's having issues with his Zoom. I'll be presenting. He did the MI program, which is the purchasing program in Bordeaux. It's around 30 years old program, and it's one of our most important programs in KEDGE. So you will, if you have like students, alumni from the big companies, they will, some of them would have done the MIE. So this is a really a good label that we have as a school in France. And John is was my first student that I helped in the process of applying to KEDGE. He studied the MIE in 2022. He graduated this year, and now he did his internships in Volkswagen. Like besides of like being just like a student, international student, he also learned French. He had the opportunity to do an internship in Paris, even though he was based in Bordeaux. And I followed like the details of his experience really closely, like step by step, seeing how he evolved as a professional, how he evolved as a student, because also as a student you have to do an internship and you have to do a thesis, which is all part of the requirements to graduate, and how he has been evolving in order to change his student visa to a full-time job visa. Now he's working in Safran. He's a program buyer manager in the luxury seats for Emirates. This position usually is morely, we will say like it's really French, but since John had the interest of learning French, learning the culture, he did a lot of like wine tasting experiences and so on. He really like motivated himself in order to get the best about the French culture. Why? Because this type of experiences not only is education, but it's also part of how well you will learn about a French country as France as a country itself. So this will also be like part of the motivation of a student, of an international student of studying in France, besides doing the program you're willing to do, boosting your career, finding the networking, having the contacts, having the catch background in your CV will also help you like boost your professional path, because at the end a program at Catch Business School is not just the program, it's also what this program will help you do later in life. So that's why I'm really proud of my friend and alumni of 2025, because I know how difficult it was for him, but also how he made the best of it, and how his effort of like wanting to succeed in France made it all possible. So it's really a shame he's not able to connect, but I will give you his LinkedIn or his contact because he's really keen in order to answer personal questions. And he also lived in Bordeaux and now he's living close to Paris. What is important also when you choose a school is to see the career options you can follow, but also what is the label of the school. So we are recognized for entrepreneurship. So if you have any entrepreneurial project, and it goes through all the filters and it goes over all the requirements we ask, it's possible to follow it. And we have different options that will help you like boost your professional project if it's part of your interest, no, because we not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. We have also part of the options we offer is housing service. So our housing services are in order to help you find an accommodation that goes beyond your budget, your commodities, where do you want to live, closer to the school, closer to the center, and so on. That's why we have different partner residences that will be based in different parts of the country. And you'll be the one who will be deciding and which is the best option for you. So this is part also of the services we offer as a school. So when you apply, you do your application, you get accepted, you do an interview, you get accepted, you pay the deposit, and then you'll have access to these partners' residences, so we can help you like find an accommodation and prepare your arrival to 2025. Most of our classes start in September 2025. What is also important, we have the wellness center where we have psychologists that helps you with the process of adapting to the school, to the country. And I have different students that take this service, and it helps because when you leave home, you can have different feelings of in the normal process. So we try to help you with this type of wellness, and it's a really good service we offer. Because at the end, even though you'll make new friends, you'll make new people from everywhere, from all the part of the world, especially from China, from India, from Morocco, from Colombia, from Mexico, from the US. We have students from Pakistan, we have students from the Middle East. This all makes us like a really diverse school. And also the most important thing is that you little by little make this experience as part of your path in France. As I remind you, this is not the objective of you to stay as a student forever, but to boost your career while being a student. We have Career Center, which is also a good service we offer. That's one of the services John used to used in order to find his internship in Safran in Volkswagen and his full-time job in Safran, which is like doing workshops, coaching, checking your CV, doing speed dating for knowing how to improve your skills in the interviews, preparing yourself, what to say, what not to say. All these type of things are also a lot of skills. Just remember that sometimes companies they don't take the most smart student. They take the student that is willing to learn, that is willing to succeed, that is willing to make the best of the experience. So I do believe that this type of coaching is really useful, and if you use it in a positive way, it will take you far. Most of our students find jobs after 6 months of graduation, which is the case of John, and also they find internships. What happens? You can stay in your internship if you like it, if you're having a good time, if you're learning, and you have a good relationship with your boss. You can ask him, "Can I stay like for a contract of 9 months?" And your student visa will allow it. So this is also something to take into consideration because they will be useful in order for you to be legally in France. For the moment, France is really an open country. They are not putting problems with visas, with student visas, with long stay visa, with work visa. So this is also an opportunity for international students in order to succeed in the territory. Also, if you have a French passport or an internet or a European passport, you can do an internship not necessary in Europe, in Europe or in France. You can choose other countries. But if you want to start something in France, I suggest to do it in France. So this is the end of my presentation. I think well, I know it was quick because I don't like to spend a lot of time talking about things that maybe you are not that interested in. But the most important thing is that if you have questions about admission, about the programs, about cost of living in the city, we can have a discussion. I know we are not a lot of people, so it's good, and we still have 30 minutes to go.
There's question about the internship. Is the internship done during or after completion of
Okay,
studies? Yeah.
The internships are done after. So you finish classes, depends on the program, between April, May, or June. So after that, you can start your 6 month internship. You have till October of 2026 to find it. So if you want to apply for next year, for example, and you say, okay, I start in September 2025, you can start your internship in June 2026, 6 months. This is like part of the logical structure of the program.
We have question. Can we apply multiple scholarships in one time?
You can have some certain scholarships, but we'll just give you like you can have early bird, which is the end of February, of 5% plus I don't know, excellence of another 10%. So you can have a total of 15%. But you cannot have like excellence 20% plus solidarity 5%. It's not possible. But these type of things will be like I don't know which country are you from, but this type of guidance will give it your advisor for the area from where you are from. But yeah, usually we just give early bird plus another scholarship.
We have another question for scholarships. What is important for applying to the scholarship that the school offers?
What is important? It's important to have like a good. When you apply to a program, you have to be clear why you want to do the program. So if you are applying for purchasing program, it will be good to know why it's your interest to do a purchasing program. What is your career objective? What you'd like to do? So when a teacher asks you in the interview, so Camila, why you want to study purchasing in Bordeaux? Ah, because my dream is to do an internship in L'Oreal in Paris in the purchasing area of luxury. Let's say like something like that. So to have something concrete and clear will be much better for you to say in the interview.
Uh, One question from me. Can you give us more about the costs of living in Bordeaux, in France? Yeah,
Yes,
I think it's.
in Bordeaux, it will be from 700 to 1,000 euros around with housing, food, and so on. In Paris, it will be more than 1,000 euros because Paris is more expensive. And Marseille will be from 500 to 700 euros around because Marseille is one the less expensive cities in France.
Yeah.
Bordeaux,
Does
you have the prices can change, but that's some of the range of prices.
does it include the of the uh, house or yeah the accommodation?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Does this cost include the accommodation in or
Yes,
just the living
yes,
costs?
it includes the accommodation. You can have residences from 300 euros. Also, the government will help you with which a part of the payment of the housing, which is good, which is called CAF, and this CAF will help you pay part of the rent. This is a process we help you later to get, but it's when you are actually in France. So all students, not, doesn't matter the nationality, are eligible for these types of helps.
And there's a question: is the cost of living you are referring to is per month?
Yes, per
Yeah,
month.
I think it's per month. Yeah.
And Juliana, also about the scholarships, if you have also good grades in school, it's also important for us to know. Usually, we're not really like checking the grades, like the number, like if you were top of your class. But if you mention it in the scholarship essay, this will also boost the opportunity for you to have a excellence scholarship, for example, or something you did that extracurricular, a project you have, entrepreneurship, a volunteering work, everything will make it like your profile like more excellence. And if you mention it on the essay, that will take into consideration. But it's not something we'll be asking for you to say.
One more question from me. Can you share more about the application dates, the start and the ending? Yeah.
Yes, we have applications till May. Why? Because then the visa process will take too long, and you won't have enough time to apply. So we have, if you apply for next year, for 2025, September 2025, the next year, you can apply by um, finishing your application between January, February, and March, which we have several dates. In the website, it's like we have dates where we say from the 10th to the 15th, checking admission documents, then you'll be scheduled an interview. So this is something we'll be keeping you in the loop, because I know we have students waiting for interviews, and this is part of the process. So we have like windows opportunities where you finish your application, the window closes, and then you're scheduled an interview, then there's the results and so on. And we open every month. So this is also important.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Uh, I think there's no question, but we can wait if someone who is attending can ask.
Yes, and I want to share with you the contacts of my colleagues from different areas, because I do Americas and a little bit part of Europe. I do Portugal, Italy, Spain, and the UK and Ireland. And I have my colleague who does um, uh, Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, and other parts of the world. So I'll share with you the contacts. So if you're from India, from Pakistan, I don't know, this will be also good for you to putting you in contact with the correct person.
You will share it in the chat of the Zoom.
Yes,
Yeah. Let me know
and
because
also don't hesitate if you have like want to book a meeting, like a one-to-one with us. We're still working till the next week. We can do like a call in your, I don't know, I imagine Juliana speaks Spanish as me, so it'll be easier for us to communicate and for me to explain you everything. If you want me to check your CV, if you want me to see which is your like which option is the best one for you. So
we have one question from Juliana. Does the university offer any immersion towards French language? Also, can you
yes,
out yeah.
no, continue. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Can you out us in contact with other Colombians, with Colombians, if you have
With
one?
columnists that are in already graduated or or studying.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
I
need.
have. First, I'm going to share my screen fast, just for you to have a look. So how we're divided, because so we have, here's me. This is my contact, so I'll send you the number by chat. We have Juniao, who manages China, Alice, who manages Sub-Saharan Africa and German-speaking countries, Prayag, who manages India and South Asia, and we have Elvira, who manages Eurasia and Pacific, and Anwar, who manages North Africa. We have Catherine, who manages Middle East area. So we are the managers of the area. So I'll send you my contact if you want to. You'll see it in my, so you can and I can share the information about the alumni, students, and so on.
Uh, I will share your contact in the so everyone can see it. Yeah, because you share only with me.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, I share it. Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
perfect.
my colleagues from Unimai Beyond will contact all of us, and attendees can ask questions. Yeah, and help it.
Yes. So if there is no more questions, so we can finish the webinar. And now you have our contact, and yes, feel free to book anything like a one-to-one. This will be really good for us, depending on the country you're from. But feel free. We are here to help you and to put you in contact with alumni, students, our networking, and so on, so they can give you your feedback. Okay.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Camila. Thank you for attending this webinar, and yeah, keep in touch.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Have a good day. Bye.